Hi, we're Chantal and Mark. After Chantal went from being a fit and healthy forensics officer to suffering a stroke, retraining facial muscles, and learning to walk again, we decided life was worth living, so we put on our boots and decided to move off grid. The frost has been a constant companion this winter, clinging to the fences, glazing over the paddocks, and turning every blade of grass into glass. The mornings bite sharp, the ground crunches beneath our boots, and the whole property feels wrapped in a frozen hush. This is the season that slows you down, makes you notice the small details, the way the ice forms on the trees and the shimmer across the branches at sunrise. But just as every winter must, this one is drawing to a close. Before we leave it behind completely, we're heading to the hills with Spy, chasing the last patches of snow while they still linger. One last breath of winter before spring takes hold and everything begins to wake again. Hey team, spring is around the corner. It's a couple of weeks away till September, which is spring here in New Zealand, and I thought I'd take you for a bit of a look around because I haven't done a lot of filming over winter. Actually, I've done no filming over winter because not a whole lot happens around here. So as you can see, the orchard looks pretty dead, but the buds are starting to come through. Sheep are just chilling out on the hill. They've done a really good job of munching the paddock down. The sole has done pretty well over winter. We haven't had as much water as we thought, so we've only got about a third of a tank. I really thought we'd have a full tank at the end of winter. The place is a bit of a mess, so it's time for the spring clean as well. So everything's going to get tidied up. I've got myself some extra pallets up the top. I've been hoarding pallets. I've got some longer ones here. I've got a few projects that you have to follow along and see what I'm doing with those ones. The veggie garden was completely overgrown and disgusting, so I've had a go at cleaning out a few of them. So they all look like this one. I don't know if you can see that. Really badly overgrown, and the strawberry patch here, as you can see, is just a whole weed fest. So plan is, we've got a new neighbour over up the hill there. Don't know what he's doing. He's got a shed up there he's trying to build, I think, so excuse the noise. So this here was my big potato patch last year. Now they didn't grow amazing. They did okay, but they didn't grow amazing because we're in amongst all the trees here. Ooh, excuse the sun flash. And because we're in all the trees, obviously it doesn't get as much sun. So the plan is, I'm going to move the chickens from their spot up there into this spot here, and they can dig all this stuff up and rack up that soil for me. And then I'll transfer a lot of that soil over to where the chickens are at the moment, and that's going to be a nice sunny area. Hey, Fluff. decided to come home and Chantal gave me a hand to pick up the chicken coop and move it out of the way. So as I said, this is going to end up being the spud patch. We might even do a row of pumpkins down the other end and see how that goes as well. So should be pretty good soil in there. I gave it a bit of a kick around and yeah, it looks pretty good under there. And obviously once the chickens are done their job over there, of ripping up the old spud patch, I'll use some of that soil and bring that over and chuck it in this patch.
Oh, you want me to say?
Oh my lord.
I missed this day.
You'll never be an actor. No, takes no direction. What are you doing, babe?
Hang on a second, I know why. You don't take direction from your husband. I'd be failing if I would. I would fail every single woman if I did what you said.
Yes, dear.
That's right.
So what are you doing then?
Walking the strawberry patch. Trying to loosen the soil so I can pull the weeds out. I was very surprised that I could stand it.
Here we have where the chickens were. So I've ripped all the ground up and made my spud rows. So probably about, as I said, about 30%, 40% more than what we had last year. I'm still going to have another patch over in the veggie garden, but I've come up with a little plan because water is a big problem here. Well, not a big problem, but we don't really get a lot. We just get what comes off the roof of the tiny house, and last summer we had to chuck the IBC container on the back of the trailer and hop around and try and get water off a few different people. So I don't really want to be doing that this year, and I still want to have a decent garden. So I've got some old tin that when we first moved over, I got this old tin, I think it was $20, and I got a heap of it, but it's quite ratty looking. But I've decided to go with all the free pellets that I've picked up over the last year to make myself a water slide. So what this is going to do here, I'm going to get my old tin, I'm going to chuck that on the top of this and make myself a water storage container of some description. I haven't decided how I'm going to do that just yet, and hopefully I can get some extra water when it does rain. So I think that's going to be quite handy. It's not pretty, it's not what most people would do, but when you're off-grid and you need to make the most of whatever water you can get, then I thought that's the way to do it. So watch this space and we'll see if it works any good. Water slide is coming together nicely. I've just got to nail it down to the pallets underneath there so the wind doesn't catch under it and blow it away. But a little bit of extra water, isn't it? Super busy day. So we've got our tin on. It's all roofing screwed down. So not only have I put the tin on, I've got a bit of a bucket going for now. This is just a temporary one. I've also chopped down that tree and that tree that were hanging over the top of the water slide. Also have put in the black currant bushes that we got from our lovely neighbour. So I've got, what have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 little startings of bush just there. So it's been very, very successful today. Excuse the noise. I'm very happy with myself. So strawberry patch is now cleaned out and we've split off some of the runners. So now we've got think we got 8 extra. So we had 12 last year, now we've got 20 plants. So hopefully we'll get a few more. How you going there? Like a girl. Good job though.
What are we going to put in this one?
Whatever you want. No. But we'll get the little greenhouse going this week and get some seedlings going, eh?
Yeah.
This is our Brussels sprouts that have been growing for about 10 months. So I don't know what's going on here. They're starting to sprout their Brussels.
Yeah, heaps of them.
Heaps of them there. But we really haven't taken care of these. So
Take them from a seedling.
yeah.
Happens.
We're having a massive explosion in growth. The next couple of days are going to be warm, around 20-24 degrees. So this grass is just going to grow like crazy. Thank God I've got the ride on, because pushing that little thing that I've got around this big property is hard work. So at least I can sit on my bum and do the lawns now. But obviously I've still got all this work to do on these trees. So I've done quite a lot so far, but I've still got to clear the rest of the trees that are over on Dave's property and the stuff that's still lying on the fence. That way I can stand the fence up again and I can get rid of my tree fort. Right, so once again, same as last year, we've got, oh, is that noise?
No, I don't know.
We've got spuds that we've have had sitting in the cupboard, and they've just started to grow in the bag. We didn't know they were hidden behind the bread maker. We didn't use a bread maker for ages. Chantal decided that she was going to make bread and found a bag of potatoes growing underneath the bread maker in the back, in the kitchen. So we'll see how this goes.
Last year when we did it, it went really well.
Last year we used this this patch, and it was all just stuff that we got from the supermarket, and they just started sprouting. Now you guys are probably going to yell at me and go, "Oh, that's the wrong way to do it," but I don't care. It's trial and error. And last year our little trial worked quite well, but these ones are really growing. Look at that. So they've obviously tried their hardest. They were in a dark patch, but they must have found a tiny slither of light somewhere, and they managed to. So I'm just going to leave that, because it's a bit long. I'll leave that shoot to be the one that's growing. Put that in there. Now let's jump over the other side. Too much, too much, too much. Too much. So we've got one cabbage, so same as our Brussels sprouts over there. This one's just been growing since last year, and we've just let it go, and it's starting to get a nice head of cabbage on. So we'll let that go. Oh, look at that! Oh, that's one I found the other day. I've just dug it up again. Whoops. Well, so the other day, this was one that I found a week or so ago. That only had that little shoot on it, and it's grown these. I've just disturbed it. We'll put that back in there.
Is that the one near the fireplace?
Yeah. So I just chucked it in the garden. It started to grow already. Now it is a bit too early to be planting, but I want some nice early potatoes. Last year, when we planted at the right time, our new potatoes that are supposed to be ready at Christmas time weren't quite ready yet. So I want potatoes in November this year. Late November would be nice. So I'm just going to mound these up. Well, not mound them up, I'm just going to cover them for now. And then when the shoots start coming through, I'll mound them up a bit higher. And what that does is it promotes the, there's a weed, it promotes the potato to grow more and more and more and shoot down lower, which in turn spreads the roots and gives you more spuds. So as you probably saw, this is a mixture of last year's dirt that was already in this ground, and got a bit of the sheep poo from out in the paddock and a bit of the chicken manure as well, and we've mixed it through, and hopefully it's a nice fertile mixture for these potatoes to grow nice and big. Got a couple more there. Another one. One more in the end here. There we go. I've just counted 32 nectarines growing on our little nectarine tree. How cool is that? What's this? Oh, here we go. What's this one? Peach. There's a few. Oh, look at that. Now this one is the Braeburn. This is what I'm looking forward to. I've got to wait a bit longer for that. This is looking good. This is a peach as well. There's heaps and heaps coming through. This is nectarine. I like nectarines. I want lots of nectarines. Look at how long this grass is in this paddock. Just like a week. Crazy. I mowed this grass 2 days ago. 2 days ago.
We need a pony.
Oh my god.